Good morning, everybody. I am sitting outside in my backyard with my flowers all around me, and the birds are chirping, and you might see a bee land on me. I'll try not to panic. I wanted to take just a few minutes tonight and talk to those who are maybe not applying this cycle, those who are going to be applying in the summer of 2022 or even later. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the timeline because I'm sure you're seeing a lot of people who are applying, you're hearing things, and you might be thinking, well, what does all this mean for me? I know it's coming up. I know there's a lot of things I have to do. And so I wanted to kind of break that process down for you because truthfully, the sooner you start the process and the more organized you are, the easier the process is going to go for you. It's just going to be less stressful if you start early and you have everything kind of laid out and thought through. So if you're applying in the summer of 22, 1 year from now, woo, that's exciting. Here's what I want you to consider. Right now in the fall, when you come back, whether you're in school or you're taking gap year, if you're in school this fall, all I want you to do is focus on your fall grades. I want you to have as strong of an upward trend as you can. And so your fall grades are one of the last quarters or semesters they're going to see in your application. And so we really, really want that to be strong. So try not to think about too many other things, just focus on your application. If you happen to be studying for the MCAT, hopefully you're not taking a full load of classes at the same time and trying to gain experiences and do everything under the sun at the same time. That's usually not a good recipe. But let's just say you are studying for the MCAT. Well, obviously, put everything you have into the MCAT. There's nothing you need to really worry about your application in the fall. So fall is kind of just putting it all together, finishing your experiences, studying for the MCAT, getting your upper trend. Spring, though, that's when the fun starts. So I consider application season to start in January of the year that you're going to apply. So let's back up. Applications open in May. That's 5 months. You're going to start your application prep in January. So you have January, February, March, April, May to get a personal statement perfected, your 15 experiences written and including your 3 meaningful. You have to ask for letters of recommendation. And then if you end up using Interfolio, that means you're going to open that account and add your letter writers in there. You're going to hopefully not prep for the MCAT, but I know many people do prep for the MCAT in the spring and summer. That's fine. You are probably not going to be rushing and trying to gain tons of experience in the spring. If you're applying in that summer, hopefully you have everything you need in terms of experience by the end of that. I would say by fall, and you're not panicking in the spring thinking you don't have enough experience. Spring in the application year is not where you gain your experience. It's where you're building your application, and it's going to take a lot of work. If you don't know at this point how you're going to pay for your application in one short year, if you have no clue where $3,000 is coming from, I would actually encourage you to put a little bit of energy towards that. I would, a mosquito on me, I would either get a job if that's what you have to do. Maybe you have to do a little bit less of the typical experiences you've been doing, and you need to maybe work a part-time job so you can save for the application. Maybe you want to start a GoFundMe. Maybe you want to start, replacing all your birthday and holiday presents with application money, whatever you need to do, but you need to be thinking about it and planning ahead for that. Also around January, February, you want to start applying for the fee assistance program for at least for allopathic med school. The other application systems don't have their fee assistance until you're ready to submit a little bit closer. I didn't talk about the disadvantage statement. You're going to need to write that. So there's a lot, right? So you're going to want to start your personal statement in January, and you're going to work on that January, February, March. We're going to start your experience writing by February, work on that February, March. You need to ask for letters of rec anytime. You can ask today if you want to, but no later than March. We're going to have all the writing done by April. You're going to open up your app in May. You're going to begin filling it out in May. We're going to proof it May and June, and you should be able to submit that bad boy by June. That's the hope. Now, if anything happens for any reason and you can't submit by June, don't panic. I'm not telling you that the world's going to stop if you can't submit in June or you'll never get in or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But, if all those stars align and you start early, there's no reason why you can't submit in June, right? That's the goal. So that's your timeline. If you are thinking you're going to work with someone, whether it's me or someone else, but you want to be thinking about that by fall because you need to start figuring that out. So if you're going to, whoever your advisor is going to be, whoever your person's going to be to help you with your application, get that all lined up and ready to go so that you can have that person start looking at your first draft of your writing in January. So that's the timeline. If you have any questions, feel free to post on the comment section and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Have a good night.